Assalamu alaikum students, I hope you all would be doing well. Today we are going to talk about a very famous work, The Woman at Point Zero, which is written by Nawal al-Sadwi. She is an Egyptian writer. She has wrote some remarkable other works, and the title of these works are The Hidden Face of Eve, The Fall of Imam, Memoirs of a Woman Doctor, the novel Two Women is One, Walking Through Fire, Woman and Sex. So let's have an introduction about the writer. She was born on 27 October 1931 in Egypt. She is a Muslim feminist writer, activist, physician, and psychiatrist. She has wrote many books on the subject of women in Islam. She, as a psychiatrist and physician, observed women's physical and psychological problems and issues, and she connected these various issues with the oppression of male, with the oppression of cultural practices, patriarchal oppression, as well as class oppression. She talks about the subjugation of women, that women are subjugated by their male as well as by their class structure. As she wrote about woman liberation, woman freedom, she was sacked from her job, imprisoned, and punished. Whenever a person talks about the rights of women, she or the scholar has to face the so whenever imprison or punishment. Okay, she herself said, danger has been a part of my life ever since I picked up a pen and wrote. Nothing is more perilous than truth in a world that lies. तो नवाल साधवी कहती हैं जब से उन्होंने लिखना स्टार्ट किया है साथ ही साथ उनको डिफ़िकल्टीज़ का चैलेंजेस को फेस करने का मतलब फेस करनी पड़ी उनको चैलेंजेस सारे क्योंकि जब भी आप किसी हक के बारे में बात करेंगे, किसी चीज़ के बारे में बात करेंगे जो कि मुसलसल चलता आ रहा है, patriarchy is subjugating the woman from Aristotle time period. You can see in literature that women are given the very low value in the society. सो अगर कोई बात करता है वुमेन के राइट पे, अगर कोई बात करता है वुमेन की लिबरेशन, फ्रीडम पे, इंडिपेंडेंस पे, और so what do you think, they gonna get appreciation? No, they are given criticism. Okay, in 1988 her life was threatened. She was forced to flee Egypt. She taught in various University of America in England. Oh, one thing that we are reading her work is that because of her education made her independent. That's why she was able to talk about the subjugation and oppression of women. Otherwise a simple and ordinary woman cannot talk about the rights of women. Okay, you are going to be familiar with this very term, female genital mutilation, because it's the part of our story. What is female genital mutilation? She raised a voice against this very concept. In this concept, what was done to women, that when she was a young girl, or when she is under the age of 10 or 8, a part of her body is कट बिटवीन द थाइस. ओके, तो ये एक प्रैक्टिस थी जो कि वाइडली जो है एक्सपीरियंस की गई अफ्रीका की फ़ीमेल ने. तो हमारी जो राइटर है इट सेल्फ इज़ टॉकिंग अगेंस्ट दिस वेरी प्रैक्टिस. शी इज़ नॉट इन फेवर ऑफ दिस प्रैक्टिस. शी सेज दैट आई माई सेल्फ वॉज victim of this, and that's why I don't want other female to experience it. She is having a statement here: since I was a child, that deep wound left in my body has never healed. ठीक है, तो मतलब उसने अपनी अपनी चाइल्डहुड में ही ये चीज़ फेस की थी. इस वजह से वो बाकी फ़ीमेल के साथ वो ऑपरेशन और सब्जुगेशन और डिग्रेडेशन जो है वो नहीं चाहती थी. दैट्स व्हाई शी रेज्ड वॉइस अगेंस्ट एफजीएम, मीन्स फीमेल जेनिटल म्यूटिलेशन. Okay, one of her another stance is that religion are making the woman subjugated. वो कहती है कि वुमेन के लिए, रिवेल वुमेन के लिए जो है वो अप्रिशिएटेड नहीं है, क्योंकि उससे उसको सप्रेस किया जाता है, उसको उसके वो राइट्स नहीं दिए जाते. Okay, it's her own point of view. According to Muslim society, we don't say this, that the veil is an oppression for a woman, but she is giving the point that mullahs and other religious persons are subjugating the woman on the name of religion. She full of poverty and negligence. And she also recounts and recalls her mother, because her mother was dead when she was younger. And after that, her father also died. And she became orphan, and she was sent to school by her uncle, because इसके parents ने इसकी parent जो है वो schooling पे कोई तवज्जो नहीं दी, but her uncle made her to sent her to a school. She is forced into marriage with an old Sheikh Mahmood who is emotionally and physically abusive. अच्छा, स्टोरी में होता ये है कि जब वो अपनी चाइल्डहुड की स्टोरीज़ बताती है ना, मेमोरीज़ बताती है, वो कहती है कि जब सर्दियाँ आती थी ना, तो मेरे फादर क्या करते थे, मेरा मैट उठा के ना नॉर्थ की साइड पे ले जाते थे और खुद जो है ओवन वाली साइड पे सोते थे। यानी कि हाउ यू कैन सी हाउ अ फादर कैन डू सच थिंग्स। इट्स नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल। और नो, एक्सेप्टेबल तो एक दूसरी बात है। इट्स सो यू नो pathetic that how a father can deal or treat her डॉटर लाइक दिस। ओके, तो वो इस तरह बताती है कि मेरा जो मेरी जो है ना चाइल्डहुड, वो भी कुछ अच्छा नहीं गुजरा। ठीक है, मतलब आपने देखना है इसकी स्टोरी में कैसे 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 ये सफ़र करती है थ्रू आउट हर लाइफ। शी वन वे और द अदर challenges many many problems. Okay, faces many problems, and she has been given with many challenges to face. ओके, शी इज़ फोर्स इनटू मैरिज। उसके बाद क्या होता है, हर अंकल उसके अंकल जब उसको स्कूल ले जाते हैं, स्कूलिंग थोड़ी सी करवाते हैं, बट क्यों करवाते हैं वो कहते हैं बस तुम्हें कलमा पढ़ना आना चाहिए। ओके, उसके बाद उसको कहा जाता है कि नहीं, यू आर नॉट सपोज टू गेट एजुकेशन, गेट हायर एजुकेशन। शी वांट्स टू गेट हायर एजुकेशन एंड शी वांट टू गो विद हर अंकल एट द यूनिवर्सिटी, बट हर uncle said that it is not for women, it's only for male. So here you can also see the theme of feminism, that how women are subjugated, how women are not given the rights, equal rights। उन दोनों का राइट है ना कि वो दोनों ले सकें अपनी अपनी एजुकेशन। बट होता है उसके बाद क्या है, हम स्टोरी की तरफ दोबारा आते हैं। उसकी शादी कर दी जाती है। शी वाज हार्डली 19 एंड एंड द पर्सन to whom she married was more than 60 years. After brutal beating, she leaves home. A coffee shop owner, Biomi, offers her a stay and job. अच्छा, उसके बाद जब वो उसको मार बहुत पड़ती है और उसके बाद उसका जो हस्बैंड है अब्यूसिव होता है, तो वो क्या करती है, घर छोड़ देती है। बिकॉज कब तक कोई जो है वो बियर करता है ना सारा कुछ। तो एंड पे क्या होता है, जब घर छोड़ के चली जाती है, तो कॉफ़ी शॉप में एक उसका ऑनर होता है, वो उसको ऑफर करता है कि आई विल गिव यू अ जॉब एज वेल एज स्टे, तुम्हें अपार्टमेंट भी दिया जाएगा। बट एट द एंड दे शो देयर ट्रू नेचर बाय अब्यूजिंग, इंसल्टिंग एंड रेपिंग हर। Firdaus escapes and meets a woman, Sharifa, who takes her to brothel, and she becomes a high-class prostitute. So here her journey of prostitution began. That how with the very initial stage, she was not treated well by her father, by her uncle, by her husband, and by a shop owner. So she chose for herself the profession of prostitute. अच्छा, उसके बाद स्टोरी में क्या होता है कि वो जब प्रोस्टिट्यूट, she tells that after when she became an orphan, her uncle took the responsibility of educating her. Now, one thing to remember here is that she was not given higher education. She was just given the education to, her uncle used to say that I am giving you, I am making you to get education. Just you may learn how to say kalma. Okay. But after some time, when she was getting education in a school, her uncle got married, and the newly came bride was not happy with Firdaus. So she gave the advice to her uncle that she must be married now because there is no need of her education. So her uncle made her or forced her to marry an old man whose name was Sheikh Mahmood, and that person was totally out of control, emotionally and physically abusive with her. He used to beat Firdaus every day. To get rid of that situation, she flees from the house. She leaves the house and went to a coffee shop, and at that shop she is offered a job and a stay by the coffee owner, whose name is Beyond Me. But at the end, Beyond Me and his friend shows their true nature by insulting, by raping, and by abusing her. Firdaus then escapes from there too and meets a woman named Sharifa who takes her to a brothel, and there she becomes a high class prostitute. She The reason why she adopted that profession, that she want to be independent. Otherwise, she was not liking that profession of prostitute. Okay, because when she was young, when she was in her childhood, her father was not good with her. There is one statement in the novel where Firdaus tell us that whenever winter comes, my father used to take my father used to चेंज माई प्लेस। मतलब वो क्या करते थे कि उसके फादर उसकी जो जगह होती थी ना, नॉर्थ वाली साइड पे करते थे, और जो ओवन वाली साइड का एरिया होता था वहाँ जाके खुद सोते थे। तो आप देख सकते हैं हाउ अ फादर इज़ मिसट्रीटिंग हर his daughter. So she faced negligence from her very early days after her uncle didn't do anything good with her. And you see the case of Beyond Me, and then she chose to be a prostitute to get livelihood, or as well as to get freedom. So here too she finds a person whose name is Ibrahim, and Ibrahim says that he loves her, and she also falls in love with him and thinks that he is his protector. But at the end, what happens? He also exploit her sexually and take advantage of her. So thrice or twice you can see how she is being mistreated, or how she is being exploited by the male. Then she decides to be a prostitute. And then what happens? A man named Marzouk forcibly becomes her pimp. She resists his controls, decides to leave. Mazrouk pulls his knife, and she stabs him to death. After that death, she feels no regret. She confesses her murder and says that it's okay to be in prison than living in a society where no one is giving respect to her. She refuses to send an appeal to president for mercy. She is hanged later. At the end of her life, many people advised her to send a mercy to president for her release by giving the argument that she was defending herself from the pimp. That's why she killed that person. But Firdaus becomes rebellious. She says that she doesn't want any mercy from anybody, not from even a single man. Throughout her life, she faces many problems just because of patriarchal structure. So at the end of their life, she doesn't want to beg any man for life, because she thinks that death is better than living in this cruel man-made world. Nawal al-Sadfi's views on woman and her views on feminism. She says that all the men I did get to know, every single man of them, has filled me with but one desire: to fill my hand and bring it smashing down on his face. These are the lines of Firdaus that are highlighting the cruelty, or you can say the mistreatment of male. There are some other statements. Second one is that they all are the same, all son of dogs running around under various names: Mahmoud, Hasnan, Fauzi, Sabri, Ibrahim, Awadeen, Beomi. So she is not trusting anybody, because time and again she has been mistreated and distrusted by the male. She says that all these are not human beings, they are like animal. They just use things, and they just take advantage of women, and after that they don't care about them. All women are victims of deception. Men impose deception on women and punish them for being deceived, force them down to the lowest level, and punish them for falling so low. So here Firdaus is highlighting to the idea that these are the men are responsible for the lowest stage of women, because they drag him so low that they choose to adopt the profession of prostitute. And when they adopt that profession, they are called low women, they are called characterless. She says, we if someone is becoming prostitute, it's just because of male. So throughout her life she has seen various example of subjugation, oppression, mistreatment, and we can say that her story is a universal story of violent oppression, subjugation, negligence, poverty, and how women are being treated by patriarchal standards. So this was all about today's lecture. There are some themes of this very novel, but we will discuss it in another video. Till then, just focus on the whole story. You will find amazing elements in that, and that will make more sense to you. Till then, like, subscribe, and share this video. And if you find any confusion, and if you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. Take care. Allah Hafiz.